Well, hey there, YouTube. It's me, your host Chris, back again with another Blue Screen Talk Show. And yeah, today I am talking about something that is still in the news. I don't foresee this going away anytime soon. So yeah. And you're going, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about, if we're in the Blue Screen Talk Show, we talk about alien life technologies, stuff like that. If you've never seen one before, look me up, watch my other shows on my other channel. Yeah. Anyway, so we are talking about, speaking of alien life and technologies, if I can actually, hey, there we are. I am talking about the star right here. It's still in the news. We're still talking a lot about it. NASA and astronomers are reluctant to call it what it looks like. These megastructures that they found in space, and they want to try and roll out everything that they can. I actually understand that. I just hope that they just aren't trying to, delay it, or whatever. Because, I mean, come on. I mean, guys like me, we've been waiting for this all of our lives. Oh my gosh. They're saying that one of these structures or whatever, or asteroids, they're like, well, it could be a big clump of dust. And I'm like, no, you guys are stupid. It looks like what they think it is, and we're gonna call. I'm gonna keep calling him a structure. One of these structures, apparently, when they look at them through the Kepler telescope, takes weeks to pass. It's not like a planet, whatever. It doesn't take days or whatever to pass. It takes weeks to pass. So these things are huge. There's a 15 to 22% decrease in light that comes through because of these things. They have finally one of them days, SETI has actually moved their telescopes, all their ground telescopes and whatever, to the star. They are actually looking for, and I have this article up on purpose, because as I'm talking, I'm hoping that you guys can read it and all that. If not, I'll put the links down below. And I know you're like, do an annotation, and yeah, for my mobile viewers, they don't work too well, so yeah, I put them down below. We'll go with that, right? Okay, so back to this. SETI canceled everything else, and they said, look at that star. So that's what they're doing now, right? What they are looking for Because normally what SETI does is they will look at a certain range in the EM spectrum, radio and whatever. Well, finally, they use their noodle, and they are looking at a broader range of the EM spectrum, which means that not only are they looking at light, but they are looking at X-rays, and they're looking at radio waves and stuff like that. They're pointing everything at the star to see if they can if they can hear a non-natural electromagnetic emission, which, if this is what we think it is, what we hope it is, they're gonna find it. You know, I mean, we're talking about potentially, if this is what I think it is, and what a lot of people really think it is, what it looks like even NASA's starting to think it is, they're freaking out about this. They really are. It's funny. They're going, we can't hide this. Oh God, you know. Well, no, you can't. I mean, it's too big. It is too big to hide. So they're finally looking at this thing. They are using wavelength. They're looking at the light wavelength as these big masses pass by the star, right? Because if it's planet, you know, the planet's atmosphere will take some of the light. The planet will bounce off or block out some light and whatever. If this is a actual structure, though, they are expecting no light to be able to pass through this thing. And if no light passes through it, can you say hi, E.T.? I mean, it's like I said, it's awesome. It's what I've waited for all my life, and you know, I'm ready for it. I know I'm ready for it. I don't know if you are. I don't know if the rest of our world is. I mean, we've got other stuff going on, you know, in the news in my own country, you know. I mean, even to the point where even like what there's and this kind of gets into the news, but I feel this kind of relates to how we as a race of beings would not be ready as a whole to meet alien life. So let's talk about a little bit about what is going on in the recent news. And I won't stay in this too long, I promise. So in my own country, America, I live in central, pretty much the center. Like we're talking I live like over 100 miles from Chicago, which in my opinion may as well be like its own state, because God knows the rest of us won't claim it. Anyway, they are one of the suburbs of Chicago is trying to pass a unconstitutional ban on semi-automatic weapons. So, I mean, that would be like handguns and things like that, even after we got concealed carry passed, finally, even though it's a joke. But I won't go into that, but I will say that much. So they're taking it to the courts. Well, this is not even a court matter. This is a constitutional matter that, it should automatically be shot down because it goes against the Second Amendment of our Constitution, which, if this does go to court, could very well lead to civil war again within my country. Um, Speaking of civil war, so many refugees are from other countries are going into Germany and the UK and whatever, and or the um, EU or whatever it is. Yeah. All of Europe and that area that um, that's actually causing civil unrest upon the people, like in Germany and whatever. They are actually on the brink of civil war themselves. Just because people keep coming in trying to change the country, even though they are not part of the country, they're just refugees. They want it to be different. The people who live there do not. You got Russia trying to be the badass of, that woke up from a sleep and realized that, hey, it's not the 80s and we're not the badass anymore. So we got that going on. I mean, to the point where they decided, hey, it would be a bright idea to start bombing, where people are fighting in the U.S. Okay. We're talking over in Syria and stuff like that. Or then they get the bright idea that, hey, we'll fly our MiGs about a mile from one of the U.S.'s aircraft carriers. Well, that they're or then we got the crazies that Iranians that negotiated a crap deal with our crazy president. Yes, I call him crazy all day long. Just saying, First Amendment right. Okay, you don't have to agree with it. Don't shut me off. Just hear me out. This is my opinion, but this is why we're not ready. Is because everywhere you look on this planet, some form of war among ourselves is about ready to break out, or breaking out, or has broke out. We've not seen any relief of war really since World War II. And do your history check. I'm not just saying this. Do your history check on this. If you go back and you look, World War II, yes, we won. Our allies won. All that. Hitler was defeated. Not more than, I think, what was it? Somebody can correct me on this. 10 years, if that. We went to Korea. It was it was the Korean War, but it was kind of like a police action thing, whatever. But it was a war, Korean War. Then we have then we have shoot, I can't even think. Vietnam War. Yeah, Vietnam War. And we get really overly into that, which, everybody has their own opinions. I leave that up to the matter of history. Um, all through that time though is this Cold War building up, you know, and it's and you they keep threatening each other. America and Russia keep threatening each other with nuclear weapons to the point of we we were and still are to the point where we literally can kill ourselves with probably about 5 good well-placed nuclear explosions. And I may be off on that number, but I'm fairly certain I'm close. But I'm bringing this I'm saying this for a good point though, that these people, or if it turns out that these are megastructures, and this is our glimpse of an alien race, you know. I mean, come on, we're not ready. There's no, we're not ready. As much as I would love for us to be ready, I grew up watching Star Trek. I grew up, going, it would be amazing to be able to travel to other worlds and meet new cultures and, just, uh, and I truly believe that they are out there. I also truly believe they see us and go, no, no. Because I know if I was on the outside looking in, no, no. So, anyway, um, that was my point there. Is that we're not ready by a long shot. Sadly enough, something major has to happen in order for us to get our heads out of the sand, as it were, to see past ourselves and our own petty differences. Okay. Um, so, so, I don't really want to go through this entire article that I have up. However, I don't know. I might change my mind. Yeah. But what I do want to talk about is this. The really, there we go. The Dyson sphere, which Freeman Dyson in a 1960 paper wrote, where he theorized that you could build this sphere-like structure, something that would orbit the sun, a star, the sun, and it would harness the energy of the sun, and you would be able to use this energy for all your power needs. I mean, we see it very, very, very little with solar power and stuff like that. But I mean, this is we're talking solar power times quadrillion. Okay. Um, so, in fact, do they have a picture of there we go. This is kind of a sample arrangement. of what one might look like. And I remember when what was it? It was actually an episode of Star Trek Next Gen where they had James Doohan come guest star as Scotty, and his ship had crash landed on a Dyson sphere because the gravimetric forces of the Dyson sphere was so massive that literally just, you know, pulled pulled the ship out of warp almost. And but uh but the idea in that, you know, was that you had a self-contained world where, you know, everything was, you know, it was a full sphere that was a solid and whatever, and on the outside, you know, on the outside edges was where the inhabitants would have lived. And, you know, I just found that interesting, and them bringing up, you know, that having a Dyson Spear um, type satellites or whatever, you know. I don't know. There we go. Uh, uh, yeah, here it is. This is what what they what Star Trek built. Um, More or less, it was the bubble world where they actually, you know, where in theory you could build a entire bubble around the star to contain everything within, you know, that bubble. Heat, your atmosphere, all that. Well, probably not the atmosphere, because you had to get out somehow. But you know, it was all around. But it, can you imagine to build something that big? But what we're talking about, what we think we're seeing, is the net. It, or no, I'm sorry, not the net. Not the shell. Probably more the swarm. So it would be satellites, you know, that they would probably be solar collectors. If I, you know, simple me, if it was me, I would build mega solar collectors that would build up power, that would send it via well, I don't know, either a high power radio wave or a high powered microwave, whichever, you know, and depending on how close your planet is or relay station would be, you know. Uh, but what, and like, even me, I look at some of this and hear what they're talking about. I'm like, you know, I I think I could figure out not how, or not how to actually build one, because that is like a mind-boggling feat of engineering. That is, according to Dyson, or I think it was Dyson, who came up with the different type worlds, the 1, the 2, and the 3, they would be considered a 2. And right now, we're not even considered a 1. Why? Because apparently 1 can at least control the weather. But, what was it? The different stages of development of the worlds, 1, 2, and 3, are, if I remember correctly, they are actually talking about their power requirements. So, yeah, can you imagine the amount of power output to to do something like that? Like, it's mind-boggling. Like, I try and comprehend it, I cannot. I and and it's gonna be interesting the next few weeks or months to come. I believe even sooner, really. But conservatively, you know, they want to be sure it is what they think it is, and all the possibilities are slowly just kind of dwindling away. Like they thought that it was a asteroid cluster that was like really packed around the star, and the odds of that are even more astronomical than a Dyson sphere. I mean, that's pretty good when the odds of a Dyson sphere existing, being built and existing, well, being built and existing are two things, ain't they? Actually being built by an alien race is more likely than a highly dense cluster of asteroids orbiting a star or passing by a star. That to me is awesome. And right now I'm rambling. So I think I've said what I need to say. Felt like I should say whatever. If you guys would be so kind, give me one of these, or one of these. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. I mean, I really do like sharing ideas of what this could be, what this could mean, with all of our world's problems. If we find out that we definitively are not alone in this universe, like, more and more people in this world are starting to believe, then would it actually change how we look at ourselves? Would it actually change our drive force? You know, just a thought. Just a thought. Like I said, I want to hear what you guys have to say. Alright, well, I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the flip side.